Why would a private water company want to take over our reservoirs? And the only reason is so they can make money. One way they can make money on that is by charging more. And it turns out that's what they've done all around the world. They get in there, they get friendly with the politicians. These major corporations, they come into a town, they dangle some money in front of them, they got you, they own it, they control it, and you're at their mercy. We've begun to see the process within our city. We had one water company managing our water supply. It ran it into the ground, and lo and behold, another water company wants to come in and rescue us. They're very subtle, they're very professional about how they get into a city. They start by coming in and being your good friends, your good neighbors and stuff. They'll sponsor some events, whatever. They'll dangle some money here, they'll do this there. And, the citizenry will be kind of caught off guard and thinking, hey, these guys are pretty nice. They're here to help us, they're our friends. And it will remain that way until they get control of the water. And then ask the folks up in Nashua, or lots of other communities throughout this country and the world, what happens to their water rates once they get control. Then they are totally at the mercy of these people. And they have no recourse. Just north of the border in New Hampshire, Nashua, New Hampshire, they just went and spent $5 million for the privilege of purchasing their water back for $200 million. That could happen here really easily if, the city council and the mayor decided, well, it's time to sell. I don't think most citizens in Gloucester want anything to do with that. And from the leafletting that we've done and the contacting throughout the neighborhoods, I think most people in the city agree we want to keep control of our water.
Hi, I'm Liz Newmeyer. I live in Lanesville, and for a long, long time I thought education was the #1 public policy issue, but I now believe water is. Water is life, and if we don't maintain control over our water supply and distribution, then everything else really becomes irrelevant. The people of Gloucester need to own in perpetuity our water supply, which is precious and pure and should remain ours.
We are not against corporations. We are only against those corporations that want to purchase common goods. Mm-hmm. Whenever they purchase and they manufacture private goods, good luck to them. We are for those corporations. Right. We are for efficiency, we are for everything, management and so on and so forth. But we have mixed the issues, and we have forgotten that there are 3 goods. One is private goods, the other is public goods, and then there are the common goods. Water is one, fisheries is another, and so on and so forth.
Hi, I'm Dan Leahy. I've lived in town for 37 years. I think we have to preserve our water supply, and that especially means not selling it, and work towards keeping it a clean and good source for our water.
I'm sure that the prices would go up, and I'm sure the price of doing business would go up. I've seen it in my own business, the fishing business, with the catch shares.
Quite a number of years ago, the city did some studies on that Babson aquifer, and what they discovered was that it was real deep, pure water from the mountains of New Hampshire. And so I'm sure that these multinational corporations who are coming in got a hold of those studies, which were funded with public dollars, and so they already knew what was here in Gloucester. They didn't have to drill the test wells here.
I think that if we were to sell the water to a company, the company's goal would be to make a profit. And the problem with that is if they neglected the equipment and it fell into disrepair, my guess is it would wind up back on the taxpayer's neck after the private industry, basically lost interest in losing money providing us with water. I think it ought to be definitely under public control, so that if we don't like what people in City Hall, the decisions they make, we can vote them out. So I can't imagine losing control of the water on Cape Ann. I just think it would be the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. So.
Scott Memhard, and I'm the president and general manager here at Cape Pond Ice Company, where we've been in business 162 years, supplying ice to the local community and the fishing industry, and we rely on Gloucester's water supply for our ice manufacturing and for our refrigeration systems. We're a major water user. We need to keep it locally controlled and locally owned and operated. We can do as good or better of a job than any foreign water entity would ever do in the future. And it's the delivery system, the pipes, and the treatment plant that we've neglected in the past, and it's our obligation to make sure they're managed responsibly now and into the future. And I would be very concerned if Gloucester ever considered giving away the rights to our water resources.
It's very important for the residents of Gloucester to know that right in our ordinances, the mayor, the city council could sell off our water supply, and we would have no way to stop it. So we're going to try to put an ordinance forth and get it on a referendum vote so we can protect it for all people, for the future of Gloucester. We wouldn't be able to come to our government and say, hey, what's going on? We'd have to go to some multinational corporation, whoever owns our water system, water supply, and try to get answers from them. I don't think so. We have elected officials that we can put in office or throw out of office to maintain our control and our human rights, our rights under the Constitution, the federal Constitution, and the Massachusetts Constitution. We have rights. You know, what the federal government is doing to our fisheries, what the state's Board of Education was doing to our schools, you know, those are government officials trying to strip our rights away, take away our commons. No more. We can't allow this anymore. We have to fight back, and we have to take control of our water. This is our water, and we're not going to let it go. The longer we put it off, fixing our infrastructure, the more it's going to cost. We need to bite the bullet now, and we have. We've started. We've upgraded the Babson Water Treatment Plant and the West Gloucester Treatment Plant to the standards that they could fit in that plant, but there's more to be done.
Hi, my name is Mac Bell, and I'm proud to be part of 33 Commercial Street here in Gloucester, and I believe that we're so blessed in Gloucester to have such an incredible water resource. Our natural water resource is amongst the best in the country, and I think it's important that we maintain ownership 100% of that incredible water source as we, the community, improve our infrastructure.
My name is Ann Malloy. We need to make sure for ourselves and all of our descendants that we keep the local water for local people. We use quite a bit of water here in our production of organic fertilizers. We use it in the production of our liquid seaweed, and we certainly need good, clean, local water to be able to keep our business running without extra expense of buying water that's already quite expensive. And we just really want to make sure that we always have access to our water rights in Gloucester and not sell them out from literally under us. Local supply and control of our water is essential to keeping all our jobs local here in Gloucester. And the more jobs we can keep here, the more revenue we can create for our city.
Hi, I'm Carolyn O'Connor from Rocky Neck, which is where these photographs are being taken. I am very much opposed to any attempts by international conglomerates coming into the city of Gloucester and trying to buy our reservoirs. Heaven knows that fresh water around the world, especially if it's nice, clean drinking water, is a commodity which is just sought after very aggressively by one nation from another. We own everything that we have here. I'm talking about our Cape Ann communities, which include Gloucester, Rockport, and Essex. And we need to maintain the ownership of our public drinking water supplies.
And how do you think that would affect Gloucester? I don't think it would be to our benefit to privatize our water supply.
I think water is a natural resource, that it's something that should have access to by right. I don't think that water should be a product that is run by a profit-driven corporation. That just forces that, or that gives them the opportunity to raise prices. We have absolutely no say about that because we need water. And then if they own our water, they can take it and sell it to people or some uses at distant places, not anywhere near where it's coming to us.
We're here with Theo McGregor from Democracy and Regulation.
It's happened all over the world that these multinational corporations come in, they buy up the water systems, they realize they can't make a profit on them unless they increase the rates or let the system deteriorate more and more. And we don't want that to happen in Gloucester.
Would you trust them to manage your water supply, or would you trust the guy who, you grew up with, who lives in your community and drinks the water himself? As far as we've learned, when we used to manage it ourselves, when the city ran it, we did a better job. We've had 2 different companies come in, and the second one, United Water, is being sued by the city of Gloucester for major neglect. And we don't want Gloucester to get caught in that trap. This is where oil and water do mix, and water is going to be far more profitable than oil ever was. Our water is not bad. It's not bad water. It's good water. That's why they have an interest in it. It's just that our distribution, our pipes are old, and they're neglected, and we need to replace them.
For years and years and years, the city council has elected to bypass the issue of maintenance of our water system as opposed to raising taxes and being unpopular. Difficult thing to do. We either do it ourselves for the minimal expense, or have somebody else do it for us, and they'll tack on their profit.
The quality of water has never been an issue. The only issues we have are, come from the quality of the pipes that they're going through. And you see that when they're flushing the water, that the water becomes very murky then, but only because of the pipes that were, from what I've been told, put in by another company.
The city's